Hello everyone, today I wanted to show you how to make a scrolling game in Scratch, which kind of looks like a RPG style. And yeah, let's get started. So first I'm going to go into the costumes tab and delete the whole thing. I am going to make my character to be a cube, which has a green-blue color. Nope, that doesn't look so good. Maybe a bit orange, like this, or brown. Then I will want to add some eyes. Maybe one here. I'm gonna put it into the center, then go up. 1, 2, then alt click it. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that should work. Select both of those. Maybe I'm gonna make them a bit smaller or thinner. And I'm also going to add some outline to this. And so it looks better, rounding off the edges by making 2 points around the edges and deleting the corners. Like this. So yeah. And by the way, this is part 1 of my complete series, so yeah, it won't end up here. Call this costume up and duplicate it. Then call that one down. Oh no. In the up costume, delete the eyes because we don't need those because our player is practically looking up. I'm just going to add some hair to the back of his head because it's fun. So a bit darker, like this, no outline. So here to, I don't know if this is a bug, but it always happens to mine. But yes, so then make a new one from here to here, exactly. Then in the reshape tool, I'm just going to make some hair, like this. And yeah, I'm gonna bring this one to the top. Bring this one to the top. And bring the whole thing a bit to the top. And yeah, that's my hair. Now, maybe I don't need that because it looked kind of goofy. And yeah, so copy the down costume and call it right. So I like it when you, if you want to resize it like that, just shift click all of these. All of these dots here and move them to the right. Then move this one up because it moved. Then delete one eye, center this, and I like it when the eye is like out of the player, outside. And then duplicate that one and call it left. And you can just select all of it and flip it horizontally. Don't forget to center it again. I have an idea. If we would be to put this into the center. Nope, that didn't work. So copy this, paste it in here and flip it. Oh no. So we'll have to take it to the other side. Here. Perfect. And then I'm just going to duplicate the right costume again and call this one hitbox because we need a hitbox, and delete this and just leave it this. But you may want to make it black so that we can find out if the hitbox is showing or not. Yeah. Now let's start coding. I want to make some messages in here so our code is cleaned up, and I'm gonna broadcast at the start a message called setup flag, and then this will be a broadcast and wait, then setup player, also broadcast and wait, then setup UI, and then setup level. Now that we added all of these, I don't think we need the setup flag anymore. So yeah. Now we can start into our game loop. So broadcast start game, or you know what, we're going to broadcast menu, and we can design the menu art later, but for now, just when I receive menu, we are going to broadcast start game. Where is it? Start game. Okay, so now we can, when I receive start game, then we can just, I don't know, start into a forever loop, or you know what, in scrolling games I like to repeat until def, a new variable, is equal to 1. Let's say it like this. I'm just going to make a new one, def, okay, for all sprites. Great. Now we can check this, and as we repeat this, I'd like to make these blocks, call one of them game loop, make it run without screen refresh, and put it in there. Then for defining this, we want to add keyboard controls with WASD and arrow keys. So we are going to make some new variables. Call one camX for all sprites, camy for all sprites, and then we need speedx for this sprite only, speedy for this sprite only, and yeah, that's it for now. So now we are going to start this by adding a change speedx by subtract multiply. I'm just going to make a new variable, call it speed, which defines our speed, how fast we are, and put that in the right side of the multiplication. Then say minus right arrow minus key left arrow multiplied by speed, and then change speed y by up arrow minus key down arrow multiplied by speed. Then set the speed x and set the speed y to itself multiplied by a new variable, friction, for the sprite only. So we will have to do it like this. We need another multiplication. And another one. Put speed x in here, speed y in here, friction in here, and friction in here. Great. And if we then change x by and change y by, speed x, speed y, nothing will happen because we're multiplying by 0. So yeah. And now that we're here, I forgot that also wanted to support WASD. Put a or around the up arrow and check if key W is pressed. Then make key down arrow or key S pressed. Then make it key right arrow or key D pressed. And then make it key left arrow or key A pressed. Right here. Key A pressed. Great. That should be it, but these are kind of gigantic. So I'm just going to tear this kind of apart. So we are going to set two variables. One, key X for all sprites. Another one, key Y, also for all sprites. Great. Set key X to this thingy here. Then multiply key X here. And set key Y to this thing here. Great. Now it's a bit shorter, but not really. So now we are going to set up our variables. So when I receive setup player, and when I receive start game, make sure to show before everything. Okay, when I receive setup player, we are going to hide. Then we are going to let everything load, and then we are going to show. So when I receive setup player, set speed x to 0, speed x to 0, set speed y to 0, set friction to 0.89, and set speed to 2. Okay, now start the project and you should have smooth movement around, but it's kind of too fast. So I'm just gonna pause the project and set friction to 0.69 maybe. Oh, forgot that one. Which will now make us slower. Maybe now I'm going to up the speed a bit. Okay, this looks good. And then in the game loop, we are going to have a new block. Call it movement. Run without screen refresh. Put it here and add all of this to movement. Then okay, and that's it for part 1 of the series. And I'm just going to name the project scrolling example. And yeah, so bye.